Welcome everybody to a Striatech interview. I'm very happy to welcome our guest today, Professor Botond Roska. My name is Thomas München. I'm one of the founders and owners of Striatech. Botond Roska is well known in the field of vision science and ophthalmology. He is one of the founding directors of the IOB, the Institute of Molecular and Clinical Ophthalmology in Basel, Switzerland. Not only that, he actually developed the concept underlying this new institute. Botond is a trained physician with an MD from the Semmelweis University in Budapest and a trained neuroscientist with a PhD from the University of California at Berkeley. Before the founding of the IOB in 2018, Botond worked at the Friedrich Miescher Institute in Basel, where he quickly gained his worldwide scientific reputation. He has received numerous awards, the latest of which is the Kerber European Science Prize in 2020, endowed with 1 million euros for his groundbreaking work on healing blindness. Botond, I am so grateful that you're here today. Maybe let us start with the IOB, the new ophthalmology institute that you have founded in Basel. Can you maybe tell us about the mission of the IOB?
Yeah, the mission of IOB is simple. We would like to restore vision for blind patients and to decrease degeneration in vision impairing diseases. So the way we would like to do it is with the focus of understanding vision and then turn this understanding into therapy. We are mostly working on gene therapies, but that might change in the future.
Yeah, this really sounds exciting and a dynamic time in ophthalmology. What are you personally most excited about in the recent developments for treating eye diseases, including the potential of curing blindness?
I think that the biggest excitement sort of in this field for me is that in the last century, many researchers have chosen animal models to understand the retina and turn this into therapy. And this, although had brought some fruit, it has some limitations. And recently, the human retina become engineerable and studyable. So we can build in a dish thousands of so-called retinal organoids that have a similar architecture to the human retina, and they have similar functional light responses. We can now experiment on donor human retinas, study circuitry, study light responses, as in the old time we used to study in rabbits or mice. And we can develop therapy in a human retina, an adult human retina, a cultured adult human retina, or a human retinal organoid, which is, of course, is much easier to translate to the clinic than when we come from animal models. So for me, the most exciting part that we can develop the understanding and the therapy in the context of a human tissue, which then eases translation into the clinic.
That sounds really exciting. But if you think about two aspects here, one is that you only have an organoid in the dish, which has some limitations, although it's of course a great method and a great tool. But what about how important do you see going into the future that one still does animal experimentation and working on the visual system in the intact animal?
So the importance of intact animals did not change. I think that what I said is that in addition to intact animals, we now have a human model. Now, intact animals remain a really important step in translation and probably always the first step in translation. And then studying intact animals in different species is really a key to show a proof of principle that we can then bring to human retinas and then to the clinic.
And when we talk about animal research and developing in the most basic sense, developing new treatments or new insights into eye diseases, And how important do you think is it to study the effect and the success of the treatments and of the diseases to start with at the level of animal behavior?
It is very important. At the end, what we would like to achieve is to change the behavior of a human patient and a human person, a blind human person. We would like to change the behavior such as this person can recognize and perceive visual stimuli. And this is blinding animal models are really critical in research. And perhaps the most important outcome of a new therapy is that you have a blind animal model, being it mouse or primates or zebrafish, and then restoring some capability and then quantifying the outcome. So what is important is to have unbiased quantification of animal behavior. That is more and more important as we humans, we make errors, and machines, they are much more reproducible. So having truly automatized recording of human behavior is a core and essential component of a translational program in vision science.
Okay, well, thank you again, Botond, for your time and for participating in this interview. I wish you and your family and your institute all the best going forward.
Thank you very much, Thomas.